Hello everyone, a very good morning to all of you students. This is Assistant Professor Ishani Trivedi from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Continuing with the session regarding the subject Construction, Equipment and Automation. Now students, you are already familiar with what is photogrammetry, its various concepts, the basic definitions, the scale of the photograph, different types of photographs that can be taken, what are the different categories of photogrammetry, what is aerial surveying. So in short, now you know what is aerial photogrammetry. Now I am going to give it a name as drone photogrammetry. The photogrammetry concepts are going to remain the same, right? But instead of the aircraft which we were trying to understand till now, that how it works and how the photogrammetry or the aerial mapping and aerial surveying is carried out using the aircraft and number of flights and number of photographs have to be taken, all these concepts are going to remain the same, but the change which will come over here is we are going to use drones. Now instead of aircraft, the drones will be very much feasible, it will be very practical, it will be even lesser in cost as compared to the huge aircraft that we use. It also has different varieties and different types coming in the market. Now you know what is a drone. A simple small video clip is flashing over here. There will be an equipment, an instrument or a tool, right, which will be mounted with camera. It may or it may not be having these rotor blades, the blades which are rotating. It can have a fixed wing also, and it can have rotating rotors also, and you will be having a remote control in your hand, an operating control which can be automated. This is in fact an example of a complete automation itself. And you can mount the GPS controls, you can mount the mapping controls, and whatsoever is required to carry out the work, whether videography or photography, then this is your equipment which will be replaced in place of the aircraft in photogrammetry to carry out the aerial surveying. So here now we are starting with the new concept regarding the drones which can be used in construction technology for carrying out the aerial mapping and various surveys and different other purposes. Not just survey works, it can be used for many other purposes which we are going to see how it works, what are its concepts and how it has brought a change in the construction industry. Now let us try to understand its technical terms and the technical name. So in short, drones, right? The drones name is given, which is a generalized term. You may be using it for fun as well. So here I am going to call it as UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle. Aerial, you know what is aerial mapping, aerial vehicle. Now by now after seeing these lectures you know it. So it is an unmanned aerial vehicle, right? There is no man, meaning it is going to operate itself. We are going to have the automatic control, the man will be operating it. So the vehicle, the aerial vehicle which is unmanned is known as drones, right? We are also going to call it as drone technology, but in short I am going to call it as UAV. It is a tool that increases communication between the construction participants over the site. You can even carry out the constant monitoring, the site supervision. You can carry out the structural surveys. You can carry out the aerial survey which has to be done in the starting, to carry out the mapping, to carry out the topographical maps. So it increases the communication between the construction participants all over the place. It improves the site safety. As I said that you can carry out the construction inspection as well, so it increases the safety as well. The supervisor can carry out using the same. It uses topographic measurements of large areas with using principles of aerial photogrammetry. So now the name it is going to change as drone photogrammetry. Both the things are the same. The instrument or the vehicle is changing over here. So why this technology? Because it has brought a huge revolution currently. Even if you are going for a small trip, then you may be using drones because it has become very much common these days. Many people are using it. A huge amount of photography is done with the help of drones. So based on the history and based on the research, it is found that drones have helped in various fields, like to create the buildings aerial surveying, to carry out the aerial survey for bridges, for roads, for highways, and it also saves the project time and cost. As I said, that it will be less costlier as compared to the aircraft. We have also studied in automation of construction of a highway. In that also for the survey purposes drones can be used. I have mentioned the same. So these are the fields in which the drones are useful in construction particularly. Next, it says the use of UAV in the civil engineering can help creating real-time aerial images. Meaning, if you carry out using the aerial photogrammetry with aircraft, then the images will have to be reduced, you will have to process it, and then you will have to create a map. But instead, here what will happen is this technology is going to give you real-time data, on-site data on your remote control, on your mounted GPS system, and you are going to get the real-time aerial images on spot itself from the building objects, and the overviews, they reveal the assets and challenges, meaning it will be found out that what are the challenges present on the site itself. You will not have to process and you will not have to go through long process. You can also create 3D models, 3D site models. Real-time project monitoring is possible with the help of drones. So the operators can share the imaging with the personnel on the site, meaning the different men involved on the site. In headquarters, with the subcontractors and planners can meet virtually to discuss the project timing, equipment needs and challenges presented by the terrain. So altogether, this is project monitoring field. This is also one of the application. You can carry out the communication between all the members involved in the construction project, and then virtually you can carry out the work at a very faster rate as compared to the traditional methods of aerial surveying. Now next I am going to give you an overview regarding the drones. What are its different types and what work can be done, what is the exact methodology by using the drones. So the aerial vehicles have been used for numerous purposes. As we said, as we discussed, that it can be used in many fields of construction, in inspection of highway, bridges, not just the works which I discussed in the previous slide. It says that you can also use it for mobile towers, for cell phone towers, for wind turbines, for the bridges located at an elevation. You can carry out for the mountainous regions, for the high terrains. Then for traffic monitoring system, you have the intelligent transportation system, right, ITS, which is currently in trend. So for that monitoring system, the automation part will be done with the help of drones. Then we have the construction monitoring, the wetland or the environmental, meaning related to agriculture. So you can carry out the full agricultural survey as well using the drones. Drainage and erosion, you can monitor the area for the erosion and for the upcoming natural calamities and the changes in the land, the weathering process, all of these things, all types of monitorings. You can also use it for military purposes. It is used in military intelligence as well. So there are lots of applications of drones, not just in civil engineering but in every other fields. Hence the model which will be then generated, the 3D model, the site model which will be generated with the help of carrying out the drone survey, the photogrammetry survey, you are going to get the model which can be compared to the BIM, that is Building Information Modeling. You know what is BIM, we will be studying that in detail also further going to our syllabus. But BIM means it is the use of the digital technology and carrying out the modeling, the 3D modeling of the full entire building construction project. So likewise, similarly, the drones are going to give you the models which we are going to call as 3D or drone models. So it is going to give you a 360 degrees view of the area. A complete view, complete perspective view of the area will be achieved with the help of the drone models. They also offer the high level of automation. I discussed about this, that if you talk about the automation technology, then drone is a part of it that allows to reach previously inaccessible areas. So you can now go to all of the inaccessible areas, be it in valleys or gorges or in rivers or high flowing velocity water. You can go in every inaccessible areas with the help of drones. Even the patrolling at the borders can be carried out using the drones. I think you know about all these things. So they indicate the best access at overhead perspective. As I said this already, that you are going to get a 360 degrees view of the area, the drone model which will be created. Then after the data in terms of drone images from multiple location and point clouds will be done with the help of 3D scanning of the construction site. That will be mounted in the drones and can be used to construct a 3D model using photogrammetry techniques. So here is the combination of the photogrammetry with the drone technology, that how drone photogrammetry works. Now next I am going to discuss about the different types of drones in the construction industry. Now let us have a look at it. So what are the different types of drones which we have? So they can be classified on 3 parameters. The first parameter is based on the photography, drones for photography. So this will be the normal purpose drones which is used for the generalized public. They can use it to carry out the photography works, videography works. Second is for aerial mapping. So these drones are going to be different than the regular ones. The specific which is used for aerial mapping, or for the different based on different aerial platform which we are supposed to study in detail over here. And the third which we have is the drones for the military purpose and surveillance. As I said, the patrolling, the surveillance of the borders is also carried out using the drones nowadays. So these are the 3 basic classification of the different types of drones. Now for us the important is the classification of drone based on the aerial platform. The first which we have is fixed wing drones. The second we have is multi-rotor drones. The third which we have is single rotor drones. And the fourth is fixed wing hybrid type of drones, right? So hybrid type of drones is having VTOL, meaning vertical takeoff and landing. Now let us try to understand all of these. The first which we have over here is the fixed wing drones. We are going to study each and every type of drone in detail as well, but let us have an overview for now. So the fixed wing means it is similar to an aircraft. Can you see over here? This is your example of a fixed wing drone. Here we can see that the camera will be mounted either at the front or at the bottom, and it is going to have fixed wings. So it is just like a mini version of an aircraft or an aeroplane. So for this purpose you are going to have to require a thrust which has to be given manually to make it fly, or you will be even requiring a runway or catapult sometimes. I will discuss about that when we talk in detail about this type of drones. So this is your first type of drone known as fixed wing drones, which can be used for different purposes. We will talk about specific ones in detail. Then we have the multi-rotor drones. What is multi-rotor drones? You can see over here there are rotor blades. Can you understand the rotor blades? I am pointing my cursor over here. So these are your rotor blades. So these will be rotating constantly. So with the help of rotors, it is going to fly in the air. This is the basic concept. We can have more than 4 rotors also. We can have single one, we can have 2, we can have 4, we can have up to 8 as well. So this will be your multi-rotor drones. And if you have a single rotor blade, this is example of a mini helicopter as well. You can also call it as a helicopter. So here we have a single rotor, meaning the single blade drone. This is your example of the third type. And the fourth one which we have is fixed wing hybrid drones. Now hybrid, the word hybrid comes when we say that we are combining something, right? We are going to have the fixed wings over here. I am pointing my cursor over here. We have the fixed wings, and then we also have the rotating blades. We have the rotors. So when you combine both of these, then the advantages of the fixed wing as well as the rotor ones will be merged, will be combined, because both of these have certain disadvantages. So manufacturers have combined these two, and it makes your hybrid type of drone, that is your fixed wing hybrid vertical takeoff and landing drones. Okay students, so we will be discussing the different types of drones and further applications in detail in the next lecture. Till then, go through this lecture completely so that we can move forward. I also suggest that you are supposed to see all the photogrammetry topics before moving forward to the lectures regarding the drone technology, because all of the concepts will be applied over here. Okay students, we will meet in next session. Have a good day. Thank you.